What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Dokkan Battle, and today we're going to be talking once again about the LR Frieza campaign. If you didn't follow along in the previous two videos about this one was kind of a bit of a troll video, this one, actually, we're talking today about the Kaioken Goku. Now, we talked about Krillin in the first video. I'll put the link in the description for all these videos in the playlist for him. This dude's really easy. He's actually obtainable through the Baba Shop. Super easy to acquire, and all his medals are actually obtainable there. So if you've got incredible gems, you've got the EZA. He's done. He's super simple. He's the easiest one. Bardock is the second hardest, and that's only because, well, he drops as an SR. You have to have him basically Dokkan Awaken like a dozen times, several different versions of him, feed them all in. Watch the video I dropped yesterday on this, and you'll kind of get it. He is very difficult. I won't say difficult, he's easy, but he's also like super time consuming. We didn't even talk, I mean, we talked about his Extreme Z battle, but we didn't actually run it. I'm going to run an Extreme Z battle today and kind of show you what we're talking about, but just know Bardock is a thing. Okay? Now, Kaioken Goku's going to bring me a fun one, and we'll talk about that when we get to the Extreme Z battle, but for now, understand that Kaioken Goku is actually, this is the first time you've needed him, and we will need him again for the LR Goku EZA. So if I go in here to training, we got Pure Saiyans up here. I'm going to go ahead and do tech. So the LR Goku unit here got an EZA, and you will actually need him as well for this. So I'll talk about this in a little more detail later, but the Kaioken Goku is necessary for the Super Saiyan Goku Extreme Z area. So hopefully you already have him farmed up. If you do not, that means you don't have this guy farmed up, and you need to pay attention to that video. I will be dropping that video later, probably in 2 or 3 parts, because there's a ton to talk about with that. But that said, let's go ahead and jump into what we're actually going to need for this. So, this is, let's go ahead and grab Strength, this Kaioken Goku. Now, you will notice that mine pretty much is almost completely EZA'd. I actually have all of his medals, but I never completed him. Because, frankly, as I discovered, you don't basically just have to have, like, some steps in him, and then you got to have him rainbowed, and you can go do the fight. Now, that said, having him EZA'd is going to make the fight a lot easier. So if we go to training here, you notice that I'm actually lacking a couple of the medals there. So we're going to go ahead and get in there, and we're going to get those medals here and finish this up. That said, you can cheese this like I did with Goku. You don't have to do the full EZA. You don't even have to have him SA-15, but it'll help it to make life a lot easier. Believe me. This is going to kind of be like the behind the scenes, like, hey, by and by, you know, this is how you can cheese the event. So if you want to kind of see my Goku is, he's got, what, 4 steps EZ8 or something like that? He's SA10, not of 13 he's potentially got. He's level 130. But remember, EZAs, when they're completed, are level 150 and SA15. So, for some reason, when you do the battle, you can just have a little bit in these guys. Basically, I believe the only thing it really checks for is that he's SA10, has some EZA steps in him, and is rainbowed. Rainbow is necessary. Now, unlike with Bardock, where we have to farm him up at SR, farm up 6 of the beasts, and get him going, this Goku's a hell of a lot easier. So he actually drops from, and if we go in here to the story event, he's going to drop from the Lord Slug story. Bam. Alright. Wherever that is. Let's go find it here. Those are Prime Battles. It is running right now. Alright. So the Lord Slug story. Basically, you're going to go in here and you're going to run Stage 4. Now, it is not a guaranteed drop, unfortunately, but it is a thing. Effects. Now, you could use Namekians on this team. I didn't. But you know, let's just be silly. Okay, so actually I take the back. I did use Namekians for the most part. Let's see if we can take Mr. Satan off of here. And let's go ahead and grab our Namekian team. All right. So, he's the Namekian leader. Yep. Boom. That is going to limit our ability, isn't it? I want the LR. I don't want him. All right. So, giant form category lead. Namekian's category lead. We're going to use him, him. And them. So that is going to limit us because I actually don't have some of these guys awakened. And that's a limitation on my part. But we're still going to have 165% boost. Could be better, could be worse. It is what it is. All right. And the nice part is, even though we have some units that are like level 1, since it is like a combined HP, it's not like they're going to die. We're just lacking some stats. Quite a few stats. Why is Super Saiyan Goku on here? What? I forgot to change him out. You know what? I could have actually gotten the LR Piccolo and thrown him on here, but it is what it is at this point. All right. Bam. And could you not? All right. Well, Slug's going to kill him. Bam. So realistically, I probably should have run another unit. And once again, this is like the quick and dirty version. You can do whatever you want here. This is what I did. It's a thing. And you'll notice that it really doesn't hold a huge amount of weight in the long run. You can get really, really cheap and silly with this. The only exception is, like I said, you do have to have SA-10 and Rainbow, and you really don't want to like throw Kais at this guy because you're never going to use him again. You're really only going to use him for this event, so just farm him. You've got a good bit of time. The Frieza event ends. Let's go ahead and see here. I don't remember when it honestly ends. The EZA is actually dropping on the 14th, and I believe you have another 2 or 3 weeks from that point. So let's go ahead and jump back in here. Oops, that's the wrong one. All right. So the Frieza challenge is running until... Where the hell is it? A long time. It's running for good. Okay, this is running until the 2nd of March. So if you're like, oh my god, that's a lot of work, it is. But do a little bit each day. You'll eventually get it. Now, like I said, Kaioken Goku is specifically easier than the other Goku because if I go back here to pure sandwiches and strength and superclass, there we go. And I'm going to go down here and find my Kaioken Goku. He's right there. Now, obviously, I do want to farm up the rest of his SA. I want to farm him up to SA 5 and then feed him in the other Goku. But I'm going to just show you right now what you're going to want in order to get this dude where you need him. All right. Boom. 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 Here we go. Now, he is in the UR form. That was the Z Awakening. After this, he's going to go ahead and level up, and he's going to ask to go into his TUR form. You will need 2 of these guys at TUR, which means farming up 40 of these medals. I've got 10. Let's see how many we can acquire real quickly. Okay. As I said, it's not the end of the world, even if you don't. I ran my one for LR Goku at SA-10, so you don't have to do this. But once again, it'll make your life significantly easier. And I do emphasize significantly. All right. So we're going to go ahead and build our Namekians team one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, I'm sure our boost is atrocious. Well, it's 165 again. So let's go ahead, and I've got some units reversed. I've got some units that never got leveled up. I don't really care. It's a story mode. You know, story mode is story mode. It's not hard. You don't have to take a crazy team in here. All right. Now, once again, had I picked the right assist, I only realized now that I did not pick the right assist. Had I picked the right friend unit, we would have been in a much better state, but whatever. Again, yes, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And you'll notice I haven't even farmed those guys up. I probably should have a while back, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. How is he not? Yeah, alright. Whatever. Not being a very good role model right now, but like I said, this is kind of like the cheap, here's how you can cheese this and just make it work without having to put in a huge amount of effort in this. Alright, so I got 3 medals there. I need 10 more, so I'm just going to have to run this a few more times. Now, obviously, you know how Dokkan Awakening works, you know how Z Awakening works, you know how all this works. So at this point, you can just imagine I Dokkan Awaken Old Boy, and I'm going to feed the SA5 into the SA10 after I fully EZA that unit. Why? Well, because that's going to give me SA15. So, let's go ahead and go back here one final time. Pure Saiyans, Strength, and here's my EZA'd Goku. So we're going to pretend for the moment like I've EZA'd, I've awakened my guy, I got to farm him up SA10. He's ready to go, he's just about EZA'd. Now, you'll notice that I'm missing 10 of these medals. So, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the EZA event. Now, we talked a little bit about Extreme Z Battle in the last video, but we didn't actually run one. Whether you do Z Hard or Super, it doesn't really matter. Extreme Z Battle is pretty much the same. Now, this is the team I'm going to be using. Extreme Z Battle requires you use a team of very, very specific units. If I actually do go over here, you will notice that I did run this original one with a hole on the team. I didn't actually have Gohan on there for whatever reason it's not doing. Whatever. Maybe it's up here, Namekian Mutation. So, for the Namekian Mutation one, I actually didn't have all the units. I left a hole in the team. It automatically fills them with a Cyberman. I still did it. I still did it with all levels, and it passed with flying colors. But, I digress. Let's go ahead and get the medal that we need. Now, you're going to run each one of these 6 times, and it's going to give you these 2 rows. You're going to run each one 3 times. So this one here on Super is going to give me the path that gives me the silver capsules and the gold capsules. Silver capsules, confusingly enough, are going to drop the gold medals that I need. Gold capsules are going to drop the rainbow capsules, or the rainbow medals. Now, this is on Super. On Z Hard, you're actually going to get the blank one, or say the blank ones, the base ones, and the bronze ones. Base drops the bronze medals, bronze capsules drop the silver medals. Now, with each progressing medal, I guess, fight, this foe is going to get progressively just a little bit worse. But as you're going to see here, it's really nothing. It's a lot of pomp and circumstance. I could have arranged the key a little bit better. I just don't care, honestly. It's not the end of the world. It is really not the end of the world. Extreme Z Battle is not hard if you play the game right. Now, I probably shouldn't have put Piccolo in the front, but whatever. Notice the health is just melting off. Now, the downside is I have all physical units here, so I'm going to have to put a tech in the front. Not really the end of the world, though. He's going to pretty much protect us from taking too much damage. He might eat an SA and not feel good, but Goku dead. Look how fast he dies. So even on the super class levels, if you have a respectable team, you're going to ruin this event. And because this does require Namekians, there's a Piccolo you're going to have to farm up here, and we're going to talk about him in a couple days anyway. So take your sweet time, do this event right, and really there's just nothing to sweat about. It's such an easy event. Alright. Bam. What I say? Very straightforward, very simple. Okay? Now, I should get 10 of my 10 of my gold medals that I am missing. The event drops 5 of the bronze, I believe, per run, and then 7 of the silver, and then 10 of the gold and 10 of the rainbow on each run. Basically, it comes out to the point at which you have to run each line about 3 times. Now, sometimes when you go into this fight, in the center there will be a question mark block, and it doesn't matter. You always get 1s. So you could select the question mark block, and that will give you 10 of a random set of these medals. So do bear that in mind. That is a possibility. If that happens, you could inadvertently overfarm, so be careful about what you're farming. But for now that I have my last 10 gold medals, I'm going to go ahead and EZA Goku one more time. There we go. Now, I will have to go over here and train him up. You don't have a choice. You don't have to do as say when you do this, but you will have to train him if he gets levels in that regard. All right, and now I've only got 10 of these rainbow medals. Let's see if we can get lucky real quick. And maybe this will drop for us the extra medals. It didn't. So right here in the front, right where I stepped now, that would that will sometimes trigger a question mark block to populate. When it does, like I said, that is a random set of medals. Now, the downside is if I go in here one more time and it populates, it's a set of medals I don't need. If you quit, you lose the medals, so it's really of no benefit to fart around with it. Just get it done. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put Gohan in the front and do it this way. Only reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want my Piccolos taking all that much damage. That said, Gohan is fairly weak, and he's going to take a significant amount of damage. I forgot about that. Piccolo would have been a better choice, oddly, even though he's a type disadvantage. But it's okay. It's okay. We will make it work. Since Goku is a strength unit, obviously physical units are not advantageous, but they're what I had available at the time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just basically do this like I always do. There's nothing really too wild or crazy about this. And like I said, each one of these fights you're going to do 3 times. It's super, 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 super simple. Now, because Extreme Z Battle does require very specific units, you are more likely not only going to have to farm these units for Frieza's event, you probably, if you have not been Dokkaning responsibly, have to farm units for the Extreme Z Battle. Or, sorry, Extreme Z area. If that's the case, well, life not going to feel so great. Bam. There it goes. No big deal. Bam. So what units are required for this Extreme Z Battle? We talked last time about the Bardock one. For this one, it's mostly, like I say, those Namekians. These are all free-to-play units. So if you go into the Extreme Z area, it'll actually tell you everybody that you need. So I really just need one more run of this, and Goku is Extreme Z Awakened. But here we are. It says you have to have both of these characters in here. You gotta have Slug, you gotta have Goku. Now, he's the one we're working on anyway, so it doesn't matter. That Tech Slug, easy to acquire, comes from the same drop event. Now, these are the units that you have to choose from to build your team. Notice that Strength Krillin we worked on the first day, he's here. Slug, Kaioken Goku, Physical Piccolo, and LR Krillin. So you can build a fairly substantial team. Just chilling. Just chilling. So that's that, guys. It's not too crazy. It's not too wild. Go do your Extreme Z Awakenings. Thankfully, there's no rainbow block there, or I say question mark block there, because, well, it would have been over. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm anal and I don't like wasting medals. But hopefully this makes a lot of sense. If you have any questions about it, comment in the comment section down below. Hopefully you've done an Extreme Z area before this. Hopefully you know the ropes on this. And hopefully this is just a refresher. But If you need anything further, definitely let me know in the comments section. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with more Dokkan Battle. I will have more of this coming at you guys as we approach the Frieza EZA. We're going to talk about this every day or so and get more and more and more of these videos out. So like, comment, share. See you guys really soon for more Dokkan Battle.